after many questions, I've been asked to do these undisguised now, so I don't give a shit. So it's undisguised. Subscribe to this YouTube channel and stuff. I hope you can fucking understand them now, because people are moaning. Hello, my name's Will. I had to think what my name was. I'm a werewolf. I'm a real werewolf, and I'm being interviewed for this set of interviews. There's loads of them now. I've done loads. I just go listen to them if you want to. If you don't. They're on YouTube. Subscribe. They're on werewolf.host. They're out there. Just, and the transcriptions, is that the word? Yeah, the transcriptions, if you can't understand what I'm saying, because I've got a northern accent and they've done stupid things to my voice, they're on werewolf.host. www.werewolf.host. Okay, so go find me. I'm actually an administrator on that as well. I've never been an administrator in my life, but yeah, Will the Werewolf. Yeah. In the past, I've talked about my posit. My posit is my werewolf soul, so he's been around since the very beginning when the werewolf tribe was born, and you can go and learn about that in the videos if you want to go and learn about how the original werewolves came about. It was in the Ural Mountains. Werewolf soul it's a separate entity to me. It's like a ghost. No one else can see it. I can see it. He talks to me telepathically. He looks like a wolf, but he just looks like a bit of a... He's out of proportion. And he stood there staring at me now whilst I'm trying to explain this to you guys, and he's not very happy with me. But, yeah, he's my werewolf soul, and when I want to be a werewolf, he comes into me and we become the beast. Our minds combine, and it's a wonderful experience. But what he's done throughout my life is he's taught me things that have happened to him in the past, and some of the stories that he's told me are great. So we decided we'd tell one of his stories from the past. It was in the Second World War, and he was fighting in the trenches as a fucking werewolf with his person of that time. I'm not allowed to give the details of, but yeah. So we wrote down this story together. Fenn's quite proud of it. I think it's really good, so I'm going to read it for you. It's his story. He's not had much chance to say any bits. If you're a bit yet, have you? So yeah, he wants a bit of fame as well. So this is Fenn's story. So he's titled it Trench Nut. I don't know why he's called it Trench Nut, but there we go. Alright, because you're a nutter in a trench. Yeah, okay. Shall I write it? Yeah, okay. One punch, and my fist entered the man's torso just above the waist height into his guts. I grabbed and twisted and what I could to pull it back towards me. He screamed, removing himself from my arm, and fell back. I threw the handful of guts onto him while he lay writhing in the dark on the wet grass. I felt something hit me in the back, and with it a sharp pain. I growled and turned to see a man, a uniformed captain who had a pistol in his hand. Everything now went into slow motion as I closed the distance between us. I could see a perfect cloud of steam slowly form in front of his mouth on this freezing December night. A scream made visible. That's beautiful, Fenn. Yeah, I didn't know you were such a good writer. I covered the gap between us and appeared in front of him. I grabbed his wrist, putting the pistol to my wolfine skull. He pulled the trigger. Again, the bullet entered my skull. Blood and fire welled in my brain as it pierced my eye and opened my brain box, tearing into my head. I snatched the gun from his hand, breaking his finger off with the trigger guard of the weapon. My other hand pushed him to the ground. He sat screaming, trying to collect his torn-off finger from the floor. I kicked it away as he looked up at me. I was breathing heavily as I concentrated, forcing the bullet out of my head and healing the wound it had created. You know, just like Lucius in the first Underworld. Pretty cool, huh? Did you really write that? That's really cool. That's awesome. Okay. I forgot you did that. That was brilliant. Lucius, yeah. Shaking my head, I snarled and laughed, stomping on his chest once, twice, 3 times, a wrecked ribcage. More gunfire rang out, and I took a bullet in the leg as I ran towards the trench. They had no idea the damage I could take, the damage that I could endure and survive. I liked a bit of suffering as I worked. I dropped into the trench and was instantly into the fray, ripping and tearing at the men the trench contained. I tore the machine gun from a man in front of me and hit him with it to get to the next guy. They had no idea what was happening or what I was. I just ran, healing as I fought, moving forward. My own blood drenched my fur, but their blood pooled into the drain at the bottom of the trench. More important was that the blood sang in my heart. There was groaning and crying from the injured, whom I would play with and eventually finish when they were all down. Ooh, you're an evil person. Oh, right, sorry, you're not a person, yeah. Pardon? In this war, I had no particular side. I was just in it for the chaos that I'd like to cause. Hitler had his werewolf division, I was the division, and I chose neither him nor the Allies. I chose death and destruction in a place that was born of death and destruction. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's a story from actual Fen. That's my wolf posit, and he was there in the Second World War, the werewolf division, of all things. Cool. Yeah. What is it? Like and subscribe. No, I'm not taking the piss. Yeah, anyway, I better stop this.